Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. We are currently in the catacombs and we are going to be moving on from where we were last time. Now, I do have to put on a different ring. Not that the Havel's ring was actually doing anything for me, but I need the flame stone plate ring because there is something I need to do that requires me to have flame protection. So, go have that on. Can remove them. I also want to have that. Ah, didn't know that did that. That's a pretty sweet item. What else do I want? I think that's about it. I mean, I could use that, but I don't really need to. Not sure which one actually does more, if gold pine resin does a lot more than gold pine bundle, but who really cares? I might as well just equip it anyway. Might as well start using some of these things, even though I hardly ever used them. Wait for the ball to go by, and then follow the ball behind it, and then wait here. Doesn't really make it any faster or easier, it's just, you know, something you can do. So when we last left off, we went down here, we knocked down that ever so lovely bridge with all the skeletons trying to get across it, but they didn't really go too well. This time I'm going to do a little bit more cinematically. I don't actually need to kill any of these skeletons, and nothing really bad's going to happen if I don't, so, you know, just doing it more for fun. So run across the bridge. Doop-de-doo. We're gonna wait for the skeleton to start coming. Oh, it's not liking this. Oh, my game, please. Now the bridge is falling apart. And all the skeletons fall off of it. So that's a much better way of it doing. Way cool. And I did think that these guys would spawn here, but she doesn't until you do something down here, so that's fine. That's what we're going to do right now. Head down here. Whee! Pick up an item. Nope, I want to pick up the item. Switch village. Kukuri! One nice skeleton dropping it right there for us. And we'll go to verse this flame demon that was here. Hey buddy. I know. You like my bestest buddy. How you doing? He's almost dead. Ow, ow, skeleton please. We're friends. At least I thought we were. Luckily, dragon thing here. Oh, that felt cool. Alright, dragon's dead. Demon, whatever. Now, unfortunately I fell down to this pit and there's a whole bunch of skeletons down here. So I gotta deal with them for a bit. But this is a area that you may have missed in your playing. So, if you did, I'm sorry, but... shit. Oh, backstab. Did not expect that. It's kind of hoping not to get a backstab, really. Oh jeez, I need to get out of here. Need to get out. Woo! Need to get my stamina back up. That's the main thing. So glad I'm using this dark sword. It is so much better than the axe. Oh, just that attack speed is so good. Large shine, night shard, super helpful. Oh, hey lady. And the fact that you can be more accurate with your swings, which is super nice. So that was, you know, a bit hectic. I don't really have a strategy for beating a demon other than just, you know, roll past attacks when he does them. That's about all I can really say. I really love the animations of these skeletons, so they're so beautiful. I just love a game where I was just versing skeletons from Dark Souls because they're so beautifully animated, especially in this game. Not so much in the Dark Souls 1. I don't think there was skeletons in Dark Souls 2, but it's so beautiful here. By the way, this chest is not a good chest. So we're gonna chop it. Oh, I missed. Let's try again. Alright. What I'm going to do is lure him a little bit further away from where he is. I almost get grabbed. Oh, fuck. Alright. Roll. Alright, that should be enough. There we go. Woo. Black Blade, which I believe is a katana. Where is it? There it is. Black Blade. Yes, it's a katana. I think it is a pure upgrade over the Uchi. As you can see, it does definitely more damage. It has better strength scaling than the Uchi does, so I think it's purely just better. That's about all I can really say about Black Blade. There is a better katana that you get way later in the game, so keep an eye out for that one. I'll be pointing that out when I get there. It's called the Chaos Blade, which is just absolutely beautiful name for a katana. If you're going to be using a katana, that's the one you're going to be eventually using, but it's really late in the game, so it's kind of a shame. Especially if you've been upgrading the Uchi from the get-go and then you get this Black Blade, you're like, oh my god, what a waste. Can't remember what this item was. Ah, Witch's Ring and the Old Sage's Blindfold. Let's read up about the Old Sage's Blindfold, really. Attire of Pyromancies of the Great Swamp. Blocks out unnecessary light, allowing one to observe Pyromancy's true essence. Their flame reveals all and obscures all. That's pretty cool. And I assume the Witch's Ring just increases Pyromancies. Yep. So that's cool. If you got like the Great Swamp Ring and the Witch's Ring, you can get some pretty good Pyromancies going. And it's fairly early on in the game, especially if you have like Saint's Ring on as well for increased atonements. It's all pretty cool. Light Set Bonfire. I am going to rest this bonfire because there's nothing I need from going backwards. I could go back and level up, but I'm not really that interested in it. Level ups are starting to slow down quite a lot right now. But we're getting up to a very secretive area. This is the area that I was actually talking about. I wasn't talking about anything else but this smoldering lake. Now, this smoldering lake is a bitch. I'm not going to be doing it all here. You can see there's a fog wall over there, there's a boss up there, there's also a bonfire over there, and there's a few items in the ground, and there's a giant catapult in that direction. That's why I'm not moving past this point here. You can tell the safe point by this candle right here, that's how you know you're in a safe point. For dodging the catapult, I don't really have any tips other than just constantly roll. It does have a reload time every 3 shots. Ow. It will reload. So, just roll. Reloading. Yeah. So this is really where you want to get some large Titanite shards. I want to hug that right wall that's here because there's stuff that I want to get from here. And there is a cave right here. This cave right here is where we're going to be versing Horus. Yep, our good friend Horus, who just grunts. He got lost and ended up down the smoldering lake, and he wants to fight us. Wait, did I go back to the bonfire? Shit, boys, I went back to the bonfire. My bad. Back to the smoldering lake. Got a little bit lost, got a bit turned around. I spent to hug the right wall a bit more than that. I was like, that looks awfully familiar. Am I in the right spot? Turns out I wasn't. But it's alright, so we're just gonna keep going. Ow. There is no good way to dodge those things, let me tell you that. There's the cave. Here's the cave. Safe point candles. Alright. This is the cave we want. Got Titanite slug too, that's pretty cool. Whack, whack, whack. Oh, Titanite slug, why? Yeah. Oh, another Titanite slug. Ooh, piece of candy. Hope they're not leading me to my death though. That'd be pretty jerky of them. Titanite chunk. Yeah, super great to get. Oh yeah. Ah. Who's that guy in the distance? I've already spoiled that, it's Horus, but who's that guy in the distance? So I got 2 chunks, that's really good. Hey Horus, how you doing, man? Horus the Hushed. He's using a halberd, and he's got a small buckler. Best way to fight Horus is to just, stay back, let him do his charge attack like that. Hey, that's like a charge attack. Ooh. Ow, Horus, please. He's not a hard fight. I'm making him do a lot more stuff than I really need to. Wow, I didn't realize he had a swing attack like that. Oh, front step. Yeah. What a good way to end off Horus. Poor Horus. We get the Llewellyn shield, which I assume is his shield. And it's more large Titanite chunks, which is super nice, especially at this point in the game, because he was like, I want to upgrade my weapon. And then bam, all large Titanite chunks in the world. Also lightning resist, that could be a hint of maybe where this hole is. Can't quite tell because I can't quite look up high enough. Maybe if I use binoculars I can look directly upwards. No, I can't. Alright. Wish I could look directly upwards because I'm pretty sure this would be telling of where we are. And I think, if I remember correctly, we should be really close to where that giant tree was that we killed. We should be just left of that when we're facing it. There's like all those holes in the ground, stuff like that, yeah. So there is more stuff that we can do here. I'm just going to be going for... I want to check out Llewellyn's shield quickly as well while I'm here. Llewellyn shield, it's not 100% block. Fashioned from a rare geese steel, it exceeds at various types of damage absorption. Skill parry. So it's just, got generally good absorption against everything, but it's actually a pretty shit shield, so you're not going to be using it. It doesn't even have that good lore on it. Now I want to get that last item that I left out in the middle here, so just go hide behind this tree. Should also probably show you what the giant catapult looks like. See that thing there? That's a giant catapult. It reloads and shoots at you. It's pretty cool. Two, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Hut, 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 hut. Whoa, it's a bug. Ow. Alright, this bug does lightning damage and shit, so careful with them. That shield of one is super useful to get, and for this bug thing, you literally just run around here and you're fine. You're fine for good. It can't get you. It literally just does the same animations over and over, so it's actually really easy to kill once you have turned off the catapult. I wish you could like shoot the catapult at it, but you can't. It looks hella cool though. And once we get this item here, I mean, look how scary it's like intentionally trying to be, but you're like, no, it's only got set path, so it's fine. And we light this. And we check out the summon sign, which looks like the Night Slayer Tossoric, which is pretty cool. I didn't think we'd actually summon him, considering we fought him before and we killed him. Now it's like, yeah, I'll be summoned by you. Why not? I'm not sure if there's a summon sign that naturally occurs over here. I think there might be. Yeah, there is. This is a pyromancy. It's a piece of shit, this Sprite Swamp Carcrush. I don't particularly want to die, so I'm just gonna skeet out of here. I could probably do this area, but I don't really want to, so I'm just gonna go back. Like, this area is a bitch. Like a literal bitch to do. There's just like a lot of fire demons and those weird wolf things from the Great Swamp area. So, not exactly my most fun area, especially when we have to burst that black iron Tarkus guy. And we get his sword, which is pretty cool. I really can't do much about that frame rate right there. I wish I could, but I can't.
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't he?
I want to reinforce my this thing. Dark Soul. Oh jeez. Getting the burpees. And that's 6 large titanite shards we're using there, and we now use chunks. So we are pretty much capped right now. This is about as good as we can get for a while. So that's pretty sweet.
Pretty be careful.
And it is pretty stellar, our sword right now. Now, the reason why Shield of 1 is so great, which is here. Residue of the king's lust still smolders within this shield, increasing the number of souls absorbed when enemies are defeated. And it's also got the weapon skill, so it's pretty much the exact same as the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, plus it's got better resistance overall. It's a little bit heavier, but I'm still underneath 70, so that's fine. This is the shield I'm probably going to be using for the rest of the game. It's a pretty sweet shield. I'm going to check if the giant seed has dropped. If it has, I shall use that. If it hasn't, I shall get over it myself and keep going. Because I have to, you know, keep plodding through with that catacombs. I'm not going to be doing this rest of the smoldering lake until after I have done the first part of the Boreal Valley area. Isn't it? Come on. Yes! Seed of the giant tree! We did it, boys! Finally. It took way too long. I thought I would have a... what's it called? Fucking life essence thing. The one that gives you full life. Like, life blessing? I can't remember what it's called exactly. Oh. So we go over to symbols, we go down to Seed of the Giant. Enemies react to invaders. Giant seeds were known as watcher trees, and their seeds unmask invaders. When used effectively, these seeds will help counter dark spirits. Makes enemies react to invaders, which is super damn good. So we're gonna leave this here. And because of that, we now have Iron Leggings, which is the final bit of our set. And we are now Solaire. Where is it? Iron Leggings. There we are. And it's actually lighter, which is pretty cool. These Fallen Knight is a pretty sweet set though, but this has better pose, and it completes the set. We look pretty damn dashing. So let's move on. I'm going to just drop off here, and drop off here. And I would drop off there, but I'd probably die, so I don't want to do that. No point throwing my life away straight away. Hey, Firekeeper. I want some level ups.
Very well, then Hagen.
Should be able to... No! Oh, you look at that! 100 souls up! What a...
Farewell, Ashmaid.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Alright, this should be enough. Yeah, that's enough. More than enough.
Very well, then Hagen.
Alright. Just in case you guys are getting really pissed off by not giving the Firekeeper the soul, here you go.
Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all.
Now, I'm not sure which Firekeeper this Firekeeper is a reference to. It could be the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 2. Or it could be the Firekeeper under Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 1. And we can now heal our Dark Sigils, but we don't want to do that because of the ending we are going for. So let's head back to the catacombs, and we should meet Anri again, which will be good. And we'll talk to her, and she'll ask us, have you seen Horus? And we'll be like, Horus, who's that guy? I haven't seen him ever. And she'll be a little bit upset, but She'll then go back to Fire Lake Shrine. We then verse the boss, and we can go back to Fire Lake Shrine, and we'll see her there. So before that, we have to wait for this to go by again. Oh, those crazy skeletons. When will they ever learn? There are a few things I haven't done in this area, so I'm going to quickly clear that out while I'm here. There's a illusionary wall I haven't opened up, and that's about it really. So this is one way to go to the illusionary wall. The illusionary wall doesn't really go anywhere. Ow. Why did that skeleton run away like that? Ow, 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 fuck. Okay, let's just... I'm going to run away. Run away from the pain. Alright, buddy. Okay, now he's running away. Ow. 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 Okay. That was really annoying. Far more annoying than I expected it to be. Wow, my god. I can't believe my lack of range. Ow, fucking trap. Ow. More Kaffa's Rug. And a sharp gem. Well, that was quite embarrassing. Oh, jeez. There's still more I have to do up here. I'm pretty sure there's 2 more of these guys. Yay, more Bloodshot Knight. Oh, backstab. Nice. He's gonna respawn though, so I gotta be careful. Ah, he's dead. Good. More Bloodshot Knight. Nice. I don't need Bloodshot Knight anymore. Hey, buddy. Give me your hat. Your hat looks hella cool. No? I can see it right there. Let me pick it up. It'll look way cooler on me, trust me. I'm a rat. Grave Warden Ashes. And that was the whole reason for doing all this. And you'd be like, oh no, I'm trapped. Oh, wait. Yeah, yeah. Alright, that guy's dead. And there's a crab here for some reason. Oh, crab. No idea where that crab comes from. So, we can chop down the bridge again for fun. Because it's fun. Even though it's going to lag the shit out of my game. I should just, you know, like run past and be like, eh, who cares? That sort of thing. But oh. Close down. Now she's meant to be here, but I don't see her. At least that's according to the questline I was reading. It said she was meant to be here. Unless she's further up ahead. So they said by the bridge, but unless they meant like in this room? I'm not particularly wanting to verse this boss until I work this out, so I may have to Alt-tab for a second here and just work it all out quickly. So I don't see her here. And you may be wondering, where's the boss? Isn't the boss meant to show up? What is with that texture not loading up there? That is super weird. Anyway, you may be wondering where the boss is for this area. You see, if we interact with this goblet here, we would verse the boss. And it's a pretty cool skull goblet, but that's not exactly what I want to do right now, so I'll be back in just a tick. I'm just going to check out some things. Hey guys, we're back. We're doing this bit again. Partly because I didn't have enough Estus, but partly because I did something slightly wrong, so I gotta fix that. Hey, killed the rats. Thanks, ball of skeletons. He's the best. You're my favorite boss skeletons in all the lands. So, the mistake I made was going across the bridge. Apparently not meant to go across the bridge, so I'm gonna kill these skeletons because they are jerks and they all deserve to die. Okay, oh no, there we go, the skeletons are spawning now. So many skeletons. Avast, mi hati. Oh, big skeleton. Ow, ow, ow. Roll. You up. Damn it. Alright, that's another lot down. Oh, I was aiming for a backstab there, but we killed all the skeletons. So, what we were meant to do is meant to follow this right path here, and up here is where Anri should be. There she is. Hey lady.
Ah, hello. We meet again. Have you seen Horus anywhere?
No, no.
Oh yes, I see.
No.
I've searched high and low with no luck. Perhaps he's left the country.
Yeah, that's what he's done. Yep.
Oh, Horus, where have you run off to?
Yeah, I wouldn't have faintest clue. So, this is more just for my sake. You all know why I do this by now, so it's cool. Alright, dead air over. Now that that's done, turn HUD back on, and we just drop down here, boop, and then we keep going. So basically what the hint is from her second location, which, let's be real, seeing her that's pretty weird. You're meant to be like, oh, there's a path down there if I look down. And that's basically the whole hint. So, we've now done that. We can now verse this boss. I'm actually glad I finally know where her second location is. It was incredibly vague by the thing that I was looking at, but it's all good now. God, that is one low textured hand. Ah, shit, guys. We're getting all dark napped. Now, this is probably one of the most vague bosses in the whole game on how you... Not so much how you're meant to defeat him, but like the rules of his fight. Of course, we get the cool-as opening cinematic where you're like, oh, look at this giant hand, oh, this item. Oh, shit, it's a giant skeleton. But what I did, which is what a lot of people did, is I stayed close there during that first bit, and I got hit by this smoke stuff that just wrecks you. He also does a lot of this hand grabby stuff, but what you're meant to do is you're meant to hit these shackles like that, and they break, and he walks back a little bit, and then he comes forward a bit more. Ooh, I'm glad I got hit on that left one, because the left one's a lot harder to hit than the right one. Damn it! It's so hard. But basically what you're going to end up doing is like just moving forward He does his boogity boogity dance where he just like walks forward like that, and he like rotates back and walks forward, and I couldn't roll in time. I was trying to roll too late, so I got the invulnerability frames, but it's fine. Oh, he's doing his spirit again, isn't he? So he's not a hard boss fight by any means. Like, he does a lot of damage, as you saw when he hit me, but it's more that death cloud that he's got. That's the worst bit. And then like trying to get close to get his hand hits on. Ow. That one hurt. Ooh, that was so close to breaking. Alright, he's going to slam on the ground and he's going to pull out a sword. But we ain't going to let him do that. We ain't going to let him do much here. Just worried in case he's like moving forward. Yeah, he is. Okay. Damn it. Burn wheel, ow. Now he's pulling out his sword. Look how sweet that sword is though. Burn wheels and these skeletons also get affected by his effects, so kinda don't want to hit them too much. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, I got hit by that. Luckily the burn wheels got hit by it too, so that's cool. His sword's now gone. Now. Ah, too close. Damn it. Just give me your hand. There we go, he's dead. And if you looked backwards, you see that wall. If you didn't look backwards before in the fight, that wall would never reach you. But because I looked backwards, that wall now exists, and that's how that fight works. So if you never look backwards, you can keep going backwards, but if you look backwards, that wall is now permanently there and you can't go back for any further than that. There's no real higher risk for doing that, it just sort of like crushes you in a bit more. And I think it's got something to do with like facing your fears a little bit, but not so much, and not running away, but the whole point of the fight is to run away, and sometimes the camera just gets bugged and flicks backwards and you see the wall and just all gets screwed over. But because we have now conquered the Goblet of Death and conquered our fears, we can now move forward to the valley. And I think this is a pretty good stopping point for this video. We get the sweet as end cutscene here. It's all cool. I am going to just walk through the door anyway and show you the sweet as stuff outside. Oh, gotta light the bonfire. Boop. This is actually a super useful bonfire for getting back to the smoldering lake if you skipped it. So you go back to that bonfire and just like hit the bridge down, just climb down and you're all sweet. So we head up here and we go, whoa, look at that beauty. Whoa, the Ethereal of the Boreal Valley. And we go, whoa, look at that sweet ass tower over there. It looks somewhat like a jail cell. And there's like this barrier just floating around the whole thing, but it looks like northern lights. And we actually get to see a moon for like one of the first times in Dark Souls. And then we go up there and we go, wow, that looks familiar. But down here it looks like Christmas Town, but up there it looks like, could it be? Maybe? It's Anor Londo. I'm just gonna spoil it right here. It's freaking Anor Londo. Just get over it. Cool. We don't need to worry too much about that. And this is where we're gonna end it. So I'm gonna head back to Firelink Shrine. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We are up to not what's so much my favorite area in this game, but it's the best looking area in the game. It has some of the sweetest lore in the game. Anri should be here somewhere. Oh wait, no, she doesn't appear till after Pontiff fight. My bad. She's not here yet. Give me my last level up here. Oh, no, it's still going good. I'll probably do some more on strength, but I want to get a bit more stamina going.
Farewell, Asham. May the flame.
Thanks, lady. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see you back for more Dark Souls. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.